participants and viewers. Welcome to all in our live online international webinar, Volume 1, presented by Independent Perception and Research of Bangladesh. This is an educational public webinar, so each and every person feel free to join with us. Independent Perception and Research Hub is an educational research and consultation center for the talent researcher and educational scholar for sharing their perception on different issues and facts. The main goal of IPRH is enlightening the independent perception of individual thoughts by the knowledge sharing, providing research news, training, brainstorming, and research projects consultation with innovative ideas and organizing talk show with different research persons from different areas around the world. So interested true research scholars are most welcome to join with IPRH and share your innovative ideas and believe that and contribute to the society and the world as a whole. Because IPRH always believes that knowledge is power. Our today topic for the International Online Webinar, Volume 1, is social media and its societal impact. And today we have two international guest speakers, Dr. Lopamudra Bhattacharjee, Assistant Professor of Amity University, Rajasthan, India. She will cover the topic impact of social media on mental health. And our another speaker is Dr. Arpan, Research Fellow of IPRH and Faculty Member, Department of Mass Communication, Gurucharan College, Silchar, India. He will cover the topic expressing self, media, social media, restructuring societal value. And we have our webinar chair and discussant, the eminent professor, Dr. Mihir Kumar Roy, Research Fellow of IPRH, Dean, Department of Business Administration, City University, Dhaka, Bangladesh. So let's welcome our first speaker, Dr. Lopamudra Bhattacharjee, Research Fellow of IPRH, ex-Assistant Professor of Amity University, Rajasthan, India. So welcome to the show, Dr. Lopamudra Bhattacharjee.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving me the opportunity to talk on this very important topic, social media and its impact on mental health. I shouldn't waste much time and start with my discussion. So my topic is impact of social media on mental health. Social media is a powerful revolution that has changed our lives all round. It has changed the way that we socialize, conduct our business, engage in political affairs and building professions, and set job recruitments. Evidence suggests that social media can impact detrimentally on children and young people's mental health. At the same time, social media can be beneficial and have effects. Yes, before we talk about the impacts of social media, negative impacts of social media on mental health, we'll be talking about a bit about the positive impact too. Virtual platforms of social media like Facebook, Twitter, Insta, etc. significantly enhance the virtual environment from past decades by facilitating users to interchange their feelings, ideas, personal information, pictures, and videos at non-precedential proportion. With the use of platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, people socialize has been greatly revolutionized. It has made it easy to connect our family members, friends, and relatives on real-time basis that we can see in social media like Facebook. We have family groups, or in WhatsApp we create family groups, and it makes very easy to connect with our friends and family members on real-time basis, and which was not possible, a few decades ago. We can connect them easily, okay, and it strengthens the relationship. Friends and relatives and business have the opportunity to share their skills and improve on different proficiencies. Additionally, people get to make new friends and meet new people. Like we all have that advantage like in the place like social media and Facebook. We get to meet new people, and we can show our skill in social media. If someone is very much a good academician, or job holder, can search for a job or can show his skill or his proficiency in LinkedIn, or one who is very good at dancing or any kind of culture activities can upload his or her videos in YouTube, and can get likes and subscribers and can enhance his skill. So these are the things how social media is actually helping. Social media lays substantial influence on different aspects of present digital life apart from online communication, from marketing to politics to education to health to basic human interaction. In many of these areas, social media present clear benefits. However, social media phenomenon is relatively new. Number of empirical studies evaluated the overall influence of regular use of social media on well-being and mental health of its users. Now, research suggests that social media use is far more prevalent among the young people than the older generation. It's with all the countries. If starting from India to or USA or different parts of the world, you will find that most of the young generation use social media than the old generation. Young people aged from 16 to 24 are the most active social media users, with 91% using the internet for social media. Young people use social media to share their information, to share their skill for entertainment purpose, and to grow their connectivity, to get support, and also health information. Now, there is a study which is published on Statista, usage of social media in India. As I'm an Indian, so I'll be talking about the usage of social media in Indian context a bit. I'll just give a rough idea. Then, worldwide usage, how much it is used. By Sandhya Kelly in June 2, 2021, said that in 2020, over 50% of India's population was accessing social networks. It was estimated that by 2025, this penetration of social media would be 67% of the country's population. This is because of the blooming telecommunication industry providing cheap mobile data, with the Reliance Jio blazing the trail of digital communication for average India. Now, another study published by H. Tunkoski in April 14, 2021 said that social media usage is one of the most popular online activities. And in 2021, 82% of the population in the USA had a social media profile, representing it was like in 2020 it was 80%, and when it was again studied, they found that there was 2% increase in 2021 respectively. According to the estimate, the number of the worldwide social media users reached 4.2 billion in January 21. Overall, the overall most popular social network based on active users is the American market leader Facebook. In January 2021, Facebook had some 2.74 billion Facebook accounts, and followed by YouTube and WhatsApp with roughly 2.3 billion and 2 billion respectively. And the regions with highest penetration of social media users are Western and the Northern Europe. Now, coming to the positive impact of social media, what are the positive impact of social media? First of all is socialization. Now, how socialization creates a positive impact, gives a positive impact, sorry. We can make new friends, we get to know many new friends, a new circle is created. Then it strengthens the relationship, like we as I have said earlier, given an example that in social media we create family groups. In WhatsApp we create family groups, we get to meet our relatives on real time basis, which was not possible a year, decades ago. So what happens in this running, in this phenomenon, we get to strengthen our relationship, then bring families together. Then we have business. The second benefit is business. Business have greatly been impacted by social media, from marketing to interacting with the customer on real time basis. The online platforms are less expensive, way for business to advertise their offerings on a real time basis and to attract more customers through interaction and feedback. The business person can connect directly with the customer. They can understand the market quickly and adopt new strategies as well. They can understand the customers tastes and demands. Like nowadays it has we can easily notice that there are live programs, or no, they come the maximum housewife, they are business women right now, and they can show their product through by coming live on Facebook. They can sell their product, they can understand what kind of product customer wants, what now which product is very much trendy, what kind of dress the customer want. So this is very easy. In social media, business becomes very easy. They can promote their product, less expensive. Then news and politics. Nowadays, social media is a place where people get all sorts of information. Like in some cases, this is before the media house do. Before the media house publishes the news, people get the information by social media. The online platforms also allow people to air out their political grievances to their political leader and demand for action to be taken. Like if we have any kind of demand, or if we have any kind of grievances, we can tweet and we can ask for immediate action. Then it is also a medium where mass political rallies are formed, campaigns are carried out, and even political unrests are most fit. Job hiring. Social media has impacted job recruitment significantly. The majority of the companies make their hiring decision by on the basis of one's social portfolios. Like example, LinkedIn. This is the evident in the platform like LinkedIn, where job seekers can create their profile containing their skills, as I have mentioned already earlier, and see what job opportunities recruiters are posting. Education. 2020 has showed us that no, online, though offline, online cannot, online education or online classes cannot replace offline classes or offline interaction, but still somehow it has made easy for many students to participate in online courses. They can enhance their skill, they can learn more with the help of online classes. There is a massive increase in online learning, where one can easily learn skill and build a strong profession around it. Other positive impacts are self-expression, communicating with long-distance friends, then self-identity, emotional support, feeling accepted, expressing creativity online, and entertainment. So these are the positive aspects of social media. Now we'll know about that. What drives us to use social media? What makes us use social media? We access social media via smartphones or via tabs, and which is very convenient. And to keep in touch also, it is very easy to keep in touch. So we can just text in in WhatsApp, and we can get to that person very easily. And social media is always accessible. Now this round the clock hyperconnectivity can trigger impulse control problems, the constant alerts and notifications, so affecting our concentration and focus, disturbing our slip and making us slave to our mobile phone. There will be continuously notification alerts, and we will have the urge to see what's new in that. Something new, maybe someone has texted me, or something new, and that thing triggers us to access social media. It's a kind of gambling, or you can say this is how the company's strategies to earn money. So this is how social media actually, no, this is what triggers us to use social media. Now, coming to the negative impact of social media, the main topic, that how social media impacts our mental health. In today's world, many of us rely on social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, and Instagram to connect with each other. While each has its benefits, it's important to remember that social media can never be the replacement for real world human connection. Ironically, the technology which was created to bring everyone close is now responsible to make everyone feel lonely. Actually, they're not bringing close, if you go through it. This is a negative impact. And it is designed for the people, spending too much time and engaging in social media can actually make you feel lonely and isolated, and exacerbated mental health problems such as anxiety, stress, and depression. One can feel left out too, losing sleep, and have negative experiences like cyberbullying. Now, multiple studies have found a strong link between heavy social media use and increased risk for depression, anxiety, loneliness, self harm, and even suicidal tendencies. Like in the year 2017 or maybe 18, there was a game came out called Blue Whale or Momo challenge, where we saw a few kids committed suicide. It's a game. It's a challenging game, and we saw kids, they were cutting their hands, and there were series of challenges given, and it was actually triggering the kids to commit suicide. The last challenge was you commit suicide, you die, and the kid have no, it has to die, or else some kind of data as well leaked, and they were saying that it will affect your parents, and it was actually affecting the mental health of the kid, and kids were actually committing suicide. It became a matter of concern for everyone. So this is how suicidal tendencies come. And even if you see some people, what they do, they come online and they talk about their problem. And there was a number of cases a few years ago where they come online and they commit suicide. So these are the negative aspects. We'll go on thoroughly one by one. Inadequacy about your life or appearance. First point, if we scroll to the news feeds and if we find someone's life is very good, very happening, or appearance, yes, there are certain things where we feel we get motivated. If it's a fitness journey, we get motivated. If she can, why can't I? But in some cases it may also hamper. Like for example, last year there was a post by our Bollywood actress Anushka Sharma, where she posted her fitness style, or you can say her fitness regime, where she was expecting, and she was trying headstand in the laptop online. Her expert was there, and her husband, our cricketer Virat Kohli, was holding her legs. She mentioned that whatever she did was under the strict supervision of the expert and in front of her husband. But there was a complaint by few yoga instructors and fitness coaches that few ladies, after watching those things, who haven't practiced yoga for their, who was never into fitness regime, suddenly they started that what Anushka Sharma did, we want to do that. Or they're not judging it, they're not evaluating that what may happen, because the condition is different. She had been practicing it since long time, or she's under the strict supervision. Now these are the negative impacts. Without understanding, without thinking critically, people start following it, and it may get affected. Then FOMO, fear of missing out. While FOMO has been around far longer than social media, sites such as Facebook and Instagram seem to exaggerate feelings that others are having more fun or living better life than you. The idea that you are missing out or certain things can impact your self-esteem, trigger anxiety, and feel even greater social media use. Sorry, and fuel even greater social media use. Like you might feel someone is enjoying more, or it might affect your self-esteem, or you might feel anxiety by seeing that, like she's enjoying, she's going out, she's partying, and we are all at home. Especially during this pandemic, we have these issues. Like if you see someone going out and having a good time, we feel that why we are also at home, we can't enjoy anything. This triggers an anxiety. Then FOMO can compel you to pick up your mobile phone every few minutes to check for updates, or compulsively respond to each and every alert, even if that means taking risk while you are driving, missing out on sleep at night, or prioritizing social media interaction over a real world relationship. Like we all have that tendency. If there is no notification also, still we have the tendency to just to pick up our mobile phone and start checking if there are any notifications or not, or if we feel that no, this I can answer him or her later, still we are having the tendency to reply immediately. No, this is what FOMO is: isolation. There was a study in the University of Pennsylvania found that high usage of Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram, rather decreases the feeling of loneliness. But conversely, the study found out that means reducing social media usage can make you feel less lonely and isolated and improve overall well-being. The more will decrease the usage of social media, the more will feel less lonely. Nowadays you see that we have so many contacts, but we have no one to talk. We have everyone to talk in social media, but we have verbally we have no one to talk on real time basis. So this is what happens: depression and anxiety. Human beings need face to face contact to be mentally sorry human beings need face to face contact, and it is actually a healthy habit. Nothing reduces stress and boosts one's mood faster or more effectively than eye to eye contact with someone who cares about you. The more you prioritize social media interaction over in-person relationship, the more you are at the risk for developing or exercising mood disorders such as anxiety and depression. Like, for example, if a person is already depressed, so what is his duty? He should talk to his friends. Face-to-face interaction should be there, eye-to-eye interaction with the person whom he cares. So what will happen? He will be helped out by that friend or with the family members. Now suddenly if he doesn't want to share and he is more focused on social media, what will happen? He might get a few stories, or he might come up with a post of a person who is also suffering from depression, and it may trigger more, it may exacerbate his mental health more. So this is not a healthy habit. Now coming to anxiety and depression in the present scenario during this COVID-19 time, COVID-19 pandemic. So you will find that the depression and anxiety among the netizens have increased more. A number of studies have been done on it. The impact of the many studies on the impact of social media during COVID-19 pandemic have been conducted and found that Facebook is at the top of all social media platform. Then comes WhatsApp. Like we get all sorts of information and we just pass it on without fact checking it, and that actually creates panic during this crisis time. Because these two became the most powerful social media platforms. Fake news, misinformation, disinformation, then where it was spreaded. Now in social media, some factual information was also there, like the number of cases how many cases have been increased. Then in second wave, when India was hit by second wave, there was we got to know about which hospital is having bed for the patients, or about the oxygen cylinders. So these are the factual information. Apart from that, many fake informations were spread, and it was creating crisis. The study also indicated that these information had psychological effect primarily on younger generation, because the younger generation has got the tendency to gather information from social media rather than gathering it from the governmental sources. And people were also unable to understand which information is correct and which one is fake information, and thus causing more panic and rumors about the true nature of pandemic. For example, if I give an example from the first wave, then there was some rumors that ginger tea may cure you from COVID-19, and in the second wave it was more about vaccination. So these are the things which was actually creating panic among the netizens. Now, ABC News reported a poll claiming that in the age of social media, anxiety about the coronavirus spreads faster than the virus itself. Brewer on BBC News posits that hearing a lot of information and news about COVID 19 has affected the public and created panic, causing people to live with anxiety. But on the other hand, social media is also a practical platform for the spreading of public health messages and audiences. Yes, when there is any fake information spread in social media by any user, then suddenly the fact checkers, they claim it to be a fake news. Then comes the most important thing, and the most maximum people have faced it, that is cyberbullying. About 10% of the teens reported being bullied on social media, and many other users are subjected to offensive comments. If there is if any user finds any kind of post not in their favor, they will just drop a abusive comment. Social media platforms such as Twitter, then Facebook, can be the hotspot for spreading hateful rumors, lies, and abuse. And such kind of abuse, leaves for lasting for a longer period of time. It just leave a lasting emotional scars on the netizens, or on the person who is being bullied. Now, self absorption, sharing endless selfies and all your inmost thoughts on social media can create an unhealthy self-centeredness, and and distinguishes from you from the real life connections. So you will find many people, they just take a selfie and then they post it, feeling blissful, feeling this, feeling that. Each and every update they post it in the social media, that like it seems that they are more interested in virtual world than in the real world. Other unhealthy social media practices are like, we sometimes use social media as a security blanket. Whenever there is a social situation, social gathering, suppose, and we are not comfortable, we are not, especially it happens with the teens, they're not comfortable, they don't feel like talking to anyone. What they will do, they will just simply sit in a corner and they just start scrolling their mobile phone, and they give more importance to social media than face-to-face interaction. Now, sign that is impacting our mental health, and other indicators also, which from which we can understand and know social media is adversely affecting our mental health, are, everyone is different. Now, I may use social media for suppose 1 hour, or someone may use it and may use social media for 2 hours, or someone just for the sake of checking notification. It is not the same with everyone. Or frequently checking updates, the one who is just frequently checks updates and having the tendency to check the notification even it's not important, then it is an indication that no, something is wrong with the habit. So other indicators are spending more time on social media. One who is too much on social media really needs to check his habit. than with the real world friends. Nowadays, it has like you have a room filled with friends, but all are busy with their mobile phones. Then comparing yourself unfavorably with others on social media. If she can do, which I have said, Anushka Sharma, if Anushka Sharma can do it, then I too can do it. Then just another small example, I have seen few of them uploading their dance performances on YouTube channel, and I found that she had delivered a baby just 14 days before, and then she got up and she danced. It is maybe possible on her part because she is an active what to say, uh, active fitness, she's an active fitness regime, and she can do it, but it is not possible for any other woman. A disclaimer should be posted, or it should be people should know that this might affect my health, because body type differs from person to person. Comparing yourself unfavorably with others on social media, experiencing cyberbullying, which I have already mentioned. That's more on Twitter. There is a trolling becomes a trend. Whenever you feel like you start trolling that person, and that becomes a trend. People don't think that what may happen to that person whom they are trolling. It may create an everlasting scar, or it may affect the mental health of that person. Being distracted at school or work, whenever we are at work or in school, we are always having the tendency to check the notification. As I've said, it's just like gambling. Having no time for self-reflection, engaging in risky behavior in order to gain likes, shares, and positive reaction in social media. The most I find the best example for this is a Kiki challenge. There was you just get out of a running car and you need to dance. So just for the sake of getting likes, shares, and in doing such attempts, there were many accidents occurred. Even two pilots got I think everyone knows that it went viral also. They were fired from the job because from the they just the plane was just moving, and then they came down and they started dancing. That was a Kiki challenge. Of course, the challenge ruined their profession, but this is just like a risky behavior just for the sake of few likes, shares, and subscribers. Suffering from sleep problem, then worsening symptoms of anxiety or depression, which I have already mentioned and explained. Now, if there are so many negative impacts of heavy use of social media, then definitely there are certain ways from which we can, keep ourselves safe from these impacts. So we'll be knowing that how to modify social media use to improve our mental health. First is we can reduce our time of being online. How we can reduce? We can use an app to track how much time we are spending. Then turn off the mobile phone at certain time of the day, like after 9 p.m. We'll just turn off the notification, or mobile phone will not use the mobile phone. Then we'll not bring mobile phone or tabs in front of our bed while sleeping. Then disable social media notification. Many of us have done during this second wave. You'll find many of our friends have deactivated their profile just to get some relief, because I too have faced that issue in the second wave. Whenever I used to scroll the news feeds of Facebook, I used to get the all negative newses and the death newses, and that too all near one and dear one, and that was like actually creating more panic within me. So sometimes I used to feel like, let me disable my Facebook account, and many have done that. Then limit checks. As I have said, FOMO, you might have the tendency to continuously check your mobile phone for the notifications. Try removing social media apps from your mobile phones. Then change your focus. Whenever you'll have the tendency, now let me check, even if there is no notification, also even there is no beep sound from a mobile phone, still we just check it for no reason. So we'll change our focus and we'll be concentrating on something else. Spend more time with offline friends. I think this is the best thing one can do, and offline friends can never replace online friends. Online friends can never replace offline friends. Express gratitude. Now, as we are, in total topic we got to know that the maximum usage of social media are done by the young people, the teenagers. So these are the things how you can check. Now we'll get to know how we can check our young generation from getting affected. It is not possible to suddenly go and snatch their mobile phone and make them understand. Things may get, it may turn worse. They won't understand. Okay, so we need to check them. Now how we can check them? We can monitor the limit of the social media use. If you see your son or daughter is using too much time, spending too much time, you can limit their usage. Then we should talk to them about the underlying issues of social media and force social media break, that during examination time you cannot use your social media, or after certain period of time you cannot use your social media, which is restricted. Then we can teach our children or teenagers how social media is not an accurate reflection of people's life. Many of us, we think that what people post in social media is the actual representation of real life, which is totally fake. That is a virtual world, and virtual world cannot be a real world. And we need to teach this to our kids. If they see anything unusual, they will try doing that. We should make them understand, no, that is not the real world. Then encourage and exercise offline interests. We can make them meet their own offline friends, and we can encourage them for to go to the ground. They can play offline activities. So these are the things how you can check your teenagers or your child from getting affected, mentally affected from social media usage. Now, what my last topic is, what will be the responsibility of media educators and media experts? As a media educators and a media expert, I just want to say that they play an important role both now and in near future. Together, they must work to educate media consumers on what constitute good and reliable information, and have to critically think through this information. Like if they get any kind of information, they should fact check it, they should critically think it instead of posting or sharing it or with their friends. Since younger people are the most consuming information from social, they mostly consume information from social media, and they spread it to their friends and family members. So where this young generation meet? Universities and colleges. So as a media educators can design courses or and symposiums which will make them understand, or which will help them to find out which information is correct, how to find out healthy information in the cases of epidemic, pandemic, or any other crisis situation. And for the social media users especially the young generation, for them your social media use may be problematic if it causes you to neglect face-to-face interaction, distract you from your work or your school, or leaves you feeling envious or angry or depressed. And similarly, if the user find it that I need to post that pic, a particular pic or post or whatever update, just because he or she is bored or lonely, or just want to post something which will make others jealous or upset, then it is the high time to reassess the social media, use it and change the social media habit, and that can help him or her to come out of those social media impacts. So with this I conclude my topic. I hope I could cover a bit of this topic, because it's a very large topic and many things need to be discussed here. With this I conclude here. Thank you so much. So you need to unmute yourself.
Thank you, Dr. Lopamudra Bhattacharjee, for your great speech, and it's also an important speech for the social media, which is related with our mental health. And in the attendant and the audience who have any kind of question related to this topic, feel free ask your question in our comment box. Our expert will give your answer later after this part. Now I would like to invite our next speaker, Dr. Arpan Paul, but unfortunately today he has tried a lot of time to connect with us, but for the technical problem, it is not possible for him to connect with us. So we hope that in our next webinar, we will invite him for giving his lecture. Now, I would like to invite our today's session chair and the discussant, Professor Dr. Mihir Kumar Roy, to discuss and about this topic. And before Dr. Mihir Kumar Roy started his discussion, I just said that Dr. Mihir Kumar Roy is a prominent professor and he is the research fellow of IPRH, Dean, Department of Business Administration, City University, Dhaka, Bangladesh. So I am inviting you, sir, please give your important speech and discussion the topic and conclude the session. Please, sir, floor is yours.
Thank you, Professor Shahriar Parvez. Do you heard me? Do you heard my speech?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Congratulations, Professor Shahriar Parvez, who is the founder and the CEO of Independent Perception and Research Hub, for arranging a very interesting presentation on International World Volume 1 on the issue of social media and its impact, societal impact. Probably there are two research persons supposed to present their speech, and the first one is Dr. Lopamudra Bhattacharjee has completed his presentation. Probably I do not know whether Dr. Anupam Pal will present here or not. I do not know, but I am congratulating Mr. Dr. Bhattacharjee to present a very lucid and holistic presentation on the social media and the societal impact in various aspects of our life. This is very interesting and very timely what the issue that are raised here, etc. Dr. Bhattacharjee started with a very holistic and very diverse way of presenting the social media and its societal impact in our societal impact in our us. He has made many issues, especially in the context of research, many issues and studies of research handle this social media and the societal impact. We are now in the third evolution or fourth evolution stages. That is the digitalized society or digitalized system of our lives. Even in our country, we are also it's called the digital Bangladesh, etc. Though we are lagging behind compared to the other developing countries in the sector, social media or the digitalization of our life and digitalization of our working. It's a very nice issues of the impact of social media in our mental health, in our social platform, digital life, marketing policies, that were human interactions, business issues, marketing, etc., and our social life, etc. And in analyzing this issue, he has also studied and mentioned many research papers findings regarding the social media and its societal impact in the society. It's a very diverse area, and such type of discussions and researches are probably recent phenomena, especially in the context of our region, especially in Bangladesh. It's a recent phenomena, and there are little discussions is found in our media or the research arena or the research scholars or in the talk show regarding this issue, etc., etc. The positive impact of the social media is diverse, etc. We can use the social media especially to express our views in a shortest possible way with a minimum cost or even no cost, etc. We can also communicate our messages, especially in the business arena, regarding our product marketing, product customer satisfaction, তারপরে আপনার customer satisfaction, the customer's loyalty, and using this as a platform regarding our product diversification, product innovation, and product selling, etc., etc. So in our there are many positive aspects of social media, as mentioned by Dr. Bhattacharjee, and it is especially in our social life. We can communicate any messages, especially in the social media, in whatever it is. It may be our societal issue, it may be our national issue, or it may be the issue that are very quite important in our society. As you know that recently, for the last 1.5 years, we are severely attacked with COVID-19, and its impact in our society is very much diverse. Many people lost their life, and many business magnates and business firms have lost their business, etc. And many people are now unemployed, especially in the COVID-19 effect, which Dr. Bhattacharjee has also mentioned in his presentation. So this is a global issue. It is not the issue of India or Bangladesh. It's a global issue, and we have to face this global issue globally, especially in the area of research arena. Recently, many of the research firms and the pharmaceutical industries, Oxford universities, etc., Siam Institute of India, they are trying to innovate the kits, or which is called the tika, for measures to address the issue. Accordingly, and the social media is very most important area in which we are acquainted with many of the informations and communications that are generally happening, especially in our country or even in the third world. What happening and what is the status, and what country is in which stage, and which virus is attacking in any country. Recently, Indonesia is in a very awkward position regarding this, etc. And before that, India was in a very awkward position because of their infection rate, etc. But presently, we are in a very awkward position in our life, especially life and livelihood, etc. So social media, it is possible through the social media to gather knowledge about the whole world, about any issue of national importance within the shortest possible time. And the researches that are done, especially on the social media, these are very time consuming and deserving issue, especially in the context of our social life and socialization, etc., etc. Pandita Mitra Bhattacharjee again also made some ways of the social media, especially Facebook platform, Google platform, among online platform, etc., etc. And these are though the recent phenomena, still then not at all. It may be a recent phenomena in our context, but these are not the recent phenomena in the context of developed countries of the world. And we are also accustomed to this technology, especially this Facebook, Google, then other digital links through which we are practicing the online issues, etc., etc. Though there are many positive impacts of the social media, there are also some negative impacts also in the context of in the context of our country or even the other countries of the world, etc. As for example, if you want to make any harmful effect to a particular person or to a rival or to an issue of the communal or any political issue, and if we post it in a social media by any unseen name, then this will create a confusion among the society, and even it can create many confusions among the many religious groups or even the social groups, and this may bring many harmful effects in our social life. These are some of the negative issues also, but we are also always projecting towards the positive aspects of this issue. Negative aspects are minimum aspect, but the positive issues is that there is an important media to reach the people, even in the case of politics, or even in the case of business, or even in the case of socialization, or even in introducing one's effort and to make a post in the social media regarding any information, so that the people who are using the Facebook or using the Google or who are using the messenger group, etc. They can get this message within the shortest possible time, so that we can readily get the news what is happening in the world, or even what is happening in our surroundings, or what is happening in our country as a whole. In every aspect of life, it may be in the business, it may be in the politics, or it may be in the economic issues, or it may be in the budgetary framework, or it may be any issues of any concern, etc. So the presentation is given by Dr. Bhattacharjee. It is a very time bounding, and the researches that he has mentioned here, these are very much helpful for those people will be in the researching and students young. He has also mentioned in his presentation, the social media is very much lucrative and very much effective, very much effective younger, because they are using the smartphone, using the laptop, etc., etc., and they are very much accustomed to younger, and they are using it in the positive direction, and accordingly, the younger people is our future leaders, and is our future assets, and is our future entrepreneur, especially in the business arena, the educational arena, in the scientific innovation arena, in the political arena, etc., etc. So, if they are to be trained on the social media approaches regarding the technological devices, Google platform, Facebook, and other devices, that social media can create a new world, the integration of ideas, and within the shortest possible time, and with minimum cost. We have to consider the cost also. And there is a regard, that anybody can get an access and can access this group of the people, can get help and get assistance, or they can also provide assist to the people so that people help other people. Actually, uh, actually in a situation in which we have to face natural disasters like Indian, like tidal bomb, like other natural disaster that we are facing. So I am again congratulating for the nice presentation and in a diverse way, so that the scholars and the readers and even the listeners on this issue will be benefited, especially the research students will be the research can also be benefited from this research discussion and get benefit for this research. And I again congratulate Professor Shahriar Parvez, CEO and the Independent for his restless support for raising first of discussion, especially the academician and for the research students, for the research students, university young, to the business magnet, and also to for youth social media in their life, 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 so that they can easily disseminate his what the message that others people. So I would like to again congratulate Dr. Congratulate India, of IPRH, and I successfully for Amity University of India, and I hope that his approach, especially with cultures and training and trainers training and to train the people, etc. Because he is basically a teacher at the university level, and it is a teacher's responsibility to train the students and also make positive contribution to the research area. There are two things. What is teaching and another and quality research, there is a quality teacher and the quality student. Open an avenue or open of us in a area of quality
Yes.
ideas or knowledge, etc. Such findings, anything, etc. In any diversity of, I mean, a positive direction. Not that yeah, somebody else get a conclusion so that the society is just take two versions, etc. Which is generally in most cases found in some of our countries only to gain political, only to make. So I hope that.
Sir, thank you. I think there is a internet connection problem. We are not to hear you clearly. One of the question is come to us for Dr. Lopamudra. Recently, see that children are very addiction mobile games such PUBG, etc. Please explain in this affect our society. So, MB Shakil Talukdar asked this question.
Yeah, mobile phone or any kind of video game is very much effective. Very much it affects the mental health of the kid. I did during my master day we did some research work on the effect of mobile phone. That was there at the time. Mobile phone gaming was not that much popular among the kids, but video game was very much popular. So now those video games have replaced mobile phone games. Was replaced by is replaced by mobile phone games. So it actually affects the if it's a violent game, then what happens? The kid will become more violent. You will see some changes in them, like if there is too much of violence and killing and hitting each other, then the kid will develop the tendency of hitting his partner, or suddenly you will see some certain kind of changes. So apart from, you shouldn't allow, like, there should be some restrictions in those games. You shouldn't allow kids to play those kind of games. If it is at all necessary to make them play, or if it is at all necessary to to distract them, then you can give them games which are very much from which they can learn something. Maybe puzzle or kind of things on so many games, good educational games on such kind of games can be, you can make them to play. But violent games, or so these kinds of game, PUBG is actually a violent game, and it actually affects the mental health of the kid. There are You will find certain changes on the kids behavior, or you will find, no, there are at the time, I don't know about whether it's aired in Bangladesh or not, Chota Bheem, one cartoon comes, kids watch them, and they consider themselves, I'm also Chota Bheem, and they start fighting. Though these kind of things may affect a bit to the kids. So it's with video games, with mobile games also the same thing happens.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lopamudra Bhattacharjee, and also give our honor to Dr. Professor Dr. Mihir Kumar Roy, sir, for your presence. We are honoring you, and also we give our special thanks to Dr. Lopamudra Bhattacharjee for coming and give your great speech in this kind of international session. And dear participants, we are almost end of this session. Hope that you earned some educational perception and thoughts, because IPRH always believes that knowledge is power. Be happy, be healthy, and always join with IPRH by following our Facebook official page and subscribe our YouTube channel. And those who are participate in this international webinar, please fill up the registration form for your e-certification. So we hope that you are be happy, you are be healthy, and you are always in a good mind and good health. So thank you all for being with us this kind of international webinar, and thank you Dr. Lopamudra Bhattacharjee from IPRH, and also thanks our eminent professor Dr. Mihir Kumar Roy. Sir, we are very much pleased that you come to our international webinar as a session chair. So thank you all. Be happy. So next time, IPRH will arrange more international webinar, and we hope that you will join at that webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Allah Hafiz.